Welcome to the second part of sets and set operation. At this point, we are going to describe what Venn diagram is. The Venn diagram is an illustration in which circular areas represent groups of items usually sharing common properties. Through the Venn diagram, we may illustrate sets, subsets, and operations on sets pictorially. This process of visualizing logical relationships was devised by John Venn. Each Venn diagram begins with a rectangle representing the universal set. Then, each set of values is represented by a circle. Any values that belong to more than one set will be placed in the sections where the circles overlap. Let us now watch this video. Welcome to the second part of sets and set operations. On the first part of our video lesson, we discussed how to illustrate well-defined sets, subsets, universal sets, null set, cardinality of sets, union and intersection of sets, and the difference of two sets. This time, we are now going to illustrate sets, subsets, and operations on sets pictorially through the so-called Venn diagram. And on this part is an example of the Venn diagram. What you are seeing here are the different examples of Venn diagram of any set operations. So let us discuss these one by one para mas maintindihan ninyo. So let's have this first Venn diagram which shows the universal set U, which is the rectangle one, and inside of these of the rectangle are the sets A and set B, which somehow overlap in an area wherein they do have the same elements. No? So in this case, we are going to describe set A. So what you are seeing is that the shaded part is only the circle A or the set A. Pag you are going to describe set A. Yon. Another example is on this part, we are asked to find the operation A complement or A prime. When we say A complement or A prime, elements that do not belong or cannot be found on set A. So what you're seeing here are the description of A complement. The shaded part are the rectangle itself, but yung elements inside the set A or the circle are not shaded. So hindi siya included. That is how we describe complement of A or A complement or D or A prime. Moving on, we have here another example, which is the union of the two sets, set A and set B. So what are we going to do is, of course, to shade all the parts na belong sa set A at saka set B. Yung part lang na the same ang elements are darker ang pagka-shade kesa doon sa elements na hindi nila parehas, no? Na wala silang kaparehas. Okay, so this is the Venn diagram of the union of two sets A and B. And on this part naman, we have here the intersection of two sets A and B. So only the common elements that do belong to A and do belong to both A and B are shaded. So this one or this part here is only the shaded part. So medyo darker din siya kasi nag-overlap nga. And then on this area naman, we have here another example which is the A complement. Union siya doon sa B or sa set B. So A complement, pag sinabing A complement, hindi natin pwedeng isama si mga elements ng set A. So hindi natin si shade. Only the part of set B. No? Only the part of set B. So this is the description of A complement union or the union of A complement and set B. Next one here is the intersection of the three sets. So pag sinabing intersections, elements that they do have in common. So we have here on this area, ito yung pinaka-common ng tatlo. So we are going to shade this part right here. Another example is the operation A minus B. How are we going to show this one in a Venn diagram? So as you can see, only the shaded part of set A or elements that do belong to set A alone is shaded. No? Hindi na natin sinade itong area na to na common elements ng A at saka B at saka yung elements only ng B. Kasi nga, binawas natin yung elements ni B. No, sa elements ni A. Only those elements that do belong only to set A are shaded. And on this example, ito yung kabaliktaran na B minus A. So only those elements that do belong to set B are shaded. Hindi na natin sinade yung sa set A. Now, at this point, let us discuss about numbers. And the first set of numbers that we learned are the counting numbers, or simply as the natural numbers. And natural numbers is represented by the capital letter N. And the first, or the set of natural numbers begin from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on and so forth. If we include the number 0 in the natural numbers, then we have the set of whole numbers. And the whole numbers, or whole numbers, is denoted as capital W. No? So again, whole numbers begin from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on. Now, the three suspension points following 7 in the set above indicates and so on. Or shall we say following 9 indicates in the set above, and so on. As there is no such thing as the last counting number, the listing of the counting number goes on and on infinitely. So if we are going to use the number line here, we begin from 0, we proceed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the arrow pertains to the word and so on, or infinity itself. We do not know. No, we do not know where the number will end. No, or will it end ba or what? So the suspension points have the same meaning as the arrowhead in the ray illustrated. No? So the ray here is a subset of a line. In this case, a number line. So this one is called a number line. If we draw the opposite ray, then we have a number line where every number to the right of 0 has its own opposite at the left of 0. So let's have this one. So we put both arrows. So, and we begin with 0 at the middle. Then of course, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. So the arrow pertains to the number preceding or is next to number 8. And actually, these numbers are, or these set of numbers are called the positive numbers. Positive numbers. No? So these set of numbers to the right of 0 are or is called positive numbers. Dito naman sa kabila, to the left of 0, we have here -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and -6, -7, and so on. Now, the arrow pertains to the number preceding to -7. No? So, if the numbers or the set of numbers is called the positive numbers to the right of 0, the numbers or the set of numbers to the left of 0 is also called negative numbers. So again, the number line shows that the counting numbers are now referred to as the positive integers, and they are to the right of 0, no? And their corresponding opposites are the negative integers. No? And they are to the left of 0. The number 0 here is also an integer, provided that number 0 is neither positive nor negative. It is at the point of origin. This is what we call the point of origin. And we have discovered a new set of numbers, which is the integers, or it is called the integers, and is denoted by capital letter Z. It is always denoted by the capital letter Z, and has, of course, an elements coming from the negativity of numbers up to the positivity of numbers. Say, for example, we have here, this one is pertains to the and so on, pero papuntang left tayo, no? So we have here -3, -2, -1. Ibig sabihin nito, -3, susunod dito, -4, -5, and so on, papuntang left. And of course, after -1, we have the set of origin or the point of origin, which is the integer 0, which is neither positive or nor negative, no? Ang kanyang sign, it is only neutral. And after 0, we have the positive numbers, which is the +1, +2, +3. We usually do not place any plus sign na dito sa pag sinabing positive numbers, no? It is automatically, ibig sabihin yan, positive number yan pag walang sign yan. Okay, so we have here the new set of numbers, which is the integers. So let us have a review. Ang una nating na-discuss kanina, we have the counting numbers, or shall we say the natural numbers, and it is denoted by capital letter N, and the elements begin from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, no? And then the second number, if we are to include a 0, that is now called the set of whole numbers, and is denoted by the capital W. So the elements of whole numbers begin from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And of course, the latest one, which is the integers, the set of positive and negative numbers, including 0. Alright, at this point, let us now have our summary. Let us remember the terms being used in this lesson. First, we have here a set. A set is a well-defined collection of distinct objects. The best example for that are the set of integers, the set of natural numbers, and the set of whole numbers. Second one, let's not forget that the objects are referred to as its elements. Say, for example, the elements of the set of counting numbers begin from 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And of course, let us not forget to use capital letters to name sets, such as in natural numbers, we use capital N for naming natural numbers. Next is a set can be described using the roster method or the rule method or the set builder notation. This is the way we write the set in writing the elements of such. And the set that contains no element is a null set or an empty set. And it is denoted as the symbol shown by the slide. Next, the universal set is the totality of the elements under consideration, and it is denoted by the capital letter U. Next is the operations with sets include determining the intersection. When we say intersection, we are getting the common elements of the two sets. And of course, determining the union or the combination of all the elements in two sets. Lastly, determining the complement of a particular set, meaning we are going to get the elements that is not included in this set. We may illustrate sets, subsets, and operations on sets pictorially through a Venn diagram, and this process of visualizing logical relationships was devised by John Venn, who was born 1834 and died 1923. And of course, we talk about the elements of the set of integers. Those are the positive integers, the zero integer, and the negative integers. And the positive integers are found on the right of zero on the number line, and when we say negative integers, they are found to the left of zero on the number line. And of course, the integer 0 has no sign. It is neither positive nor negative, or shall we say neutral. And two integers are opposites if they are of the same distance from 0. Hi guys, you just watched our video lesson for sets and set operation. This is the first ever video lesson that we have for the school year 2021-2022. By the way, my name is Sir Allan Belo, the Junior High School Coordinator and your Mathematics 7 teacher. Asahan nyo na sa susunod pa ay magkakaroon pa rin tayo ng mga video lessons sa different lessons na itatakal natin for the quarter 1. At kung meron pa kayong mga katanungan patungkol sa ating lesson, huwag magkatubiling i-chat ako or i-text ako. Aside from the video lesson that you just watched, you will also be guided with the help of the weekly home learning plan posted at your Google Classroom. There's a weekly home learning plan. Nakalagay na doon kung anong mga activities ang sasagutan ninyo, particularly yung pages at saka yung item na sasagutan ninyo. Mode of delivery and deadline of submission is also stated in your weekly home learning plan. So please read carefully the content of your weekly home learning plan. Thanks for watching. See you on our next video lesson. And please don't forget to subscribe our Liceo de Masbate YouTube channel.